But it's weird that God or whatever was like
The creator.
they're not gonna want to fuck these ugly ass roosters. So we better give them corkscrew dicks so they can't get out of it once it gets going.
It's like a master key type situation because I think they have corkscrew pussies.
Hot. That's tell me that's not fucking hot.
It's kind of sick,
awesome.
dude.
Oil rig, episode 7.
It feels real official, doesn't it?
It does.
With the clapper. I like the clapper.
That makes it, it makes it feel like you're in entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, I am.
I mean, like we're all doing a thing, like a big fancy project.
I feel like I struggle with this environment specifically because at the end of the day, I'm just hanging out with my buddies.
Right.
But it feels like I'm supposed to be talking about something really important. It feels like I'm supposed to say something.
In this garage, you're supposed to say something.
This isn't a garage. This is a professional studio.
This is a spaceship from in the future. I like that you have the ability to make it whatever you guys want it to be.
Yeah. Oh, we do that all the time. Fucking put what do you want to put up?
Paris, France.
Paris, France. Got that?
Make it happen right
right now.
That's my job.
Immediately, Travis.
Right now? Okay. Note to future Travis. Edit Paris.
Yeah. But like,
that's better.
Not the touristy part. I want the slums. I want the back alleys that stink.
You're gonna get whatever I find on whatever stock photo.
Whatever we're legally allowed to.
Leave the stock image watermarks all over it, please.
The Parisian pimp with like waving a knife, but he's got the stock footage copyright in front of it.
I'm just gonna put a frame from like a Gaspar Noé film.
What is that?
He's like a French director who makes like fucked up movies.
It's a deep cut niche reference.
I'm a cinephile.
Are you?
And I even said the name wrong, so I'm embarrassed.
What is the name of the film?
No, it's just he makes a bunch of different movies.
Who does?
Gaspar Noé.
Oh.
N-O-E.
Holy shit! I don't even have
Gaspar.
my thing on silent. Look at that. Is it Sacaiah? It's Sacaiah.
You were just talking about how professional this was.
Running late,
and now this is happening. The co-host is running late. And you left your phone on.
I did. This is fucking
bullshit.
What do you want to leave?
No, not because of you, but because your grandpa seems real nice, and I don't want to disappoint him.
He's a sweetheart.
He seemed like a cool guy.
We didn't even introduce the guest this time.
Oh fuck!
Way to go! This whole thing has gone downhill from the second you hit record.
It's fine. It's this, guys. This is Mike.
Hi, America.
Mike, what do you do?
I'm a stand-up comedian.
Okay. How long you been doing it?
Very long time. Professionally since 2000.
Okay. How long have you enjoyed it?
I mean, I'm getting a fly to Paris and record podcasts. So,
really? Oh, we're in Paris.
Good cover.
Like,
way to
go. Who are you going to Paris with? You fucking opening for Dice again or what?
No, Gerard Depardieu is doing a one-man show. And I'm selling merch for him at the beginning.
Merch?
No, it's his own little bracelets. They're like What Would Jesus Do, but it's What Would Gerard Depardieu.
Oh.
So it's a different...
So
the Europeans watching are going to just love everything that just happened.
I love the Europeans.
And you know who's real big still in Europe? Fabio.
Still?
Still. Like to this day.
Like
he might be more famous than anyone in America.
I wasn't aware he was still alive.
He's still
alive and hot.
Alive. Yeah.
Technically alive.
But like my thing is like, what was I gonna say? I don't even know what I was gonna say. Fucking
something about Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio. Fuck no, it wasn't Fabio.
Get him on the show since we're here.
Yeah, you know what? The Europeans are gonna. Would you want to see Fabio?
That'd be very funny.
Write in if you want. Demand Fabio.
After Mike Black,
show.
just drop a Fabio.
What a great follow-up that would be.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Books. Is he still selling the books? Is he like book covers? Is he all that
He
shit?
is, yeah, he's still on the cover. He's like the romance novel king and video game for a while. He was like for Barbarians.
Oh,
for a long time, it was him holding the sword. But then people realized it was Fabio, and they were like, "Oh, we need to
You're
get
like, this is
a more
lame.
credible barbarian."
Yeah, we need Arnold Schwarzenegger back in here. But what was your first gaming console?
Oh, I go all the way back to I have a weird memory where I think we had an Atari 1600, which may or may not even exist. But I know we had an
look that up?
Atari.
Can we see if an Atari 1600 was ever a thing?
I know for sure we had an Atari 2600, and that had such an old gaming console. It had wood paneling on it,
which is sick. We need to bring that back.
Crazy, yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, so it was a proposed prototype.
Okay.
My brother was real into tech shit and might have gotten an Atari 1600
prototype.
Yeah, and we had a ColecoVision, and there was there was a game system that we had that had a tape recorder involved in it.
Okay.
And if you wanted to play Pac-Man, there was a phone book and you literally typed in all the code and you made your own game.
What the fuck was that?
Old. I want to say ColecoVision, but it may have been something else.
That's really kind of cool. Back then, it probably was. I don't know if it was lame back then.
It was very lame to just sit there type we were basically doing data entry for like an hour and a half
before you played anything.
Yeah, and if you got one digit wrong, none of it
coding.
Worked.
Old school coding.
Yeah, and we played Pac-Man, and it was the most terrible. Like Pac-Man seems archaic now, but it was like he moved like this. He was like, it was very slow and sad. But we were thrilled that we were like, we're saving so many quarters playing it here at home.
Yeah, no shit.
Rather than in the arcade.
Bro, I some of my not earliest memories of games, but like a really vivid memory of games was a pizza parlor that had 3 or 4 games in it. And I played Mrs. Pac-Man. I played, was it Metal Gear? I think it was Metal Gear, probably.
Wow.
Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2 or something like that.
Wait, is it Metal Gear Solid or like the Metal Gear
Probably the original Metal Gear, but even before it was Solid.
It wasn't Solid.
Was
you're right.
PlayStation.
You're right. It wasn't Solid. It was Metal Gear. It was the side scroller. You jump on the platforms. You shoot ahead of you. At the end,
like Contra.
Sort of.
Where it's like 2 Rambo type dudes and they're like doing flips through the jungle.
Maybe it was Contra.
It was probably Contra.
Yeah.
Because at the end of stages, you
fight like a mech.
Yeah.
It was probably Contra then.
Yeah, it was Contra. Yeah, that's some of those games were amazing, even by today's standards. And like they were tough as hell because they were trying to eat as much of your money as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, they were fun. Do you remember the name of the pizza parlor?
Big Mouth Pizza, I think.
It's a fantastic name.
Yeah.
We had one.
It was in Santa Clarita.
In Colorado called Crystal's Pizza Palace.
Sick.
And it was like the size of a very big building.
Mighty Mouth Pizza, not Big Mouth.
Mighty Mouth Pizza. That's even better.
Even better, right?
That's a much better name.
Anyways.
And Crystal's Pizza Palace was like one of those, it was like a precursor to Chuck E. Cheese. So it was all like built for kids, but it was like this big ornate play. And they had like one of those pianos that played itself.
That's sick.
And they were like, tell the ghost what song you want. And it would play whatever song you wanted to hear. And we thought it was amazing. And it was back when they didn't have like copyright stuff. So like Mickey Mouse, a guy dressed as Mickey Mouse and had come by the table.
Yeah.
Another guy dressed as Spider-Man and there was no threat of legal action or anything like that. And so kids are like, Spider-Man's at my birthday. It's great.
Ordering ghosts to play piano.
And you got like, to a little kid, any pizza is great. Yeah. So like, I'm sure it was like the cheapest pizza they could get at that place.
Have you had Chuck E. Cheese pizza recently? It is so bad.
I remember seeing a video and it's happened at a couple Chuck E. Cheese.
Pizzagate?
It's not quite Pizzagate, but it's a gate
Oh wait,
it's
no,
a much smaller gate.
Pizzagate is the pedophile one.
Right? Yeah, this is a much different gate.
I meant, is it
much less scandalous?
Is it the one where they reuse the uneaten pizza?
Yeah,
all the slices are different sizes.
Yeah, and they just make them kind of match, and they're like, "Hey, here's your brand new pizza."
Yeah,
and they were doing it with the cakes too.
No, they weren't. Cakegate?
Yeah, Pizza Cake Gate.
Yeah, no, that's. I heard that. I watched a full food theory video about it because I watched that channel Food Theory. I don't know if you're familiar.
No, but it's all food.
Are you familiar with game theory?
Vaguely.
Okay.
That everything's a game.
No.
You can make everything a game.
No. So game theory is a YouTube channel that takes video games and just discusses them. But for example, like who runs faster, Mario or Luigi, and they go frame by frame and they go into data and they go into da-da-da-da-da. So it's called game theory. And they do theories as well. They do like Minecraft theories and the thing. Anyway, so that channel got big, which eventually they branched off into movie theory. They started doing it with movies, and that's kind of self-explanatory where you go there, the fan theories. Anyways, eventually they branched off into food theory, and they tackled things like this discussion. And then they also, just for audience engagement,
which foods would win in a race.
Exactly. Yeah.
Through your body.
No, well, on foot. But so, and they also do things like, can you cook a steak in a dryer on high? And you know what I mean? It's for audience engagement, you know what I mean? Because there's only so many food conspiracy theories out there.
I've seen some of this. I didn't know it was that, but I saw like a lady make a bunch of martinis in a toilet.
That might be a different video. I don't know what website you found that on. I was like,
what is she... How is that sanitary at all?
She's doing it with her feet and everything.
But she was like, you can save so much money doing it this way. I was like, I don't want to save that much money.
Have you seen the cooking videos of Indian street food?
No.
What?
Is it like that? Everyone's so creative. Is it that lady? Or
no. Oh, Travis, do you know what I'm talking about? No. Indian street vendors are under zero health code whatsoever.
Yeah.
And they are disgusting and gross.
Hell yeah.
Look at fucking Travis, put us in India.
You're taking us all the way from Paris to India.
We're going around the world today.
We just got on a flight. We're in India now. Basically, it's fuck. Sacaiah's not here to keep you entertained while I find this.
That's all right. I can entertain myself.
Normally,
that's dangerous.
It's a whole thing.
I mean,
it's not that kind of podcast.
You can't see this far down.
Let me see.
I've been entertaining myself the whole time.
I can see your leg. That's about it.
What?
Yeah.
I wasn't
He's
notified.
Foiled.
No.
We need to know these things.
Green screen that out.
I can just like blur
edit
the
my
bottom.
leg out. My legs are weird.
Give him a robot leg.
I will. No, I'm not going that far.
Cyborg parts. I want cyborg parts.
Yeah, give him. Let's see here.
One of these days, I'm gonna learn like After Effects, and I'm just gonna give you like.
Look,
laser eyes.
It gets way worse, but they just give it to you just in a bag.
It's just a random bag.
I'll send it to you.
Food.
Yeah.
He's just making soup on the street.
It gets way worse. There's dudes.
I don't want to see it. I have a very visual mind. When I eat later, I'll like barf all over everyone because I get grossed out.
Can I tell you about it?
Sure.
Anyway, so this dude's hands are like black with dirt, and that dude was at least using a ladle. There's dudes that just grab it and throw it. Grab it.
Oh yeah.
There's flies everywhere. It's just disgusting.
That's part of when you go to like a real authentic Indian place, you're supposed to eat with your hands.
Yeah, but you wash your hands first.
You do. I do whatever I want.
It's true. You are Mike Black.
And I don't tip. I had to serve myself. I'm not tipping.
Yeah.
If I have to shovel food into my own face,
they
should have a guy who does it for you.
And he should eat it first and then feed it to you like a bird.
Right. Well, yeah. I thought you meant like to prove that it's not poisoned. Like he has to eat it first, and if he doesn't die, then it's cool.
No, it's a real Romeo Juliet situation. Spoilers if you haven't read Romeo and Juliet. But fuck yeah. I've always wanted to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you now. What is with the shirt?
Is it about... Oh, I thought it was a Romeo and Juliet question.
What's your opinion on Romeo and Juliet?
I'm against suicide. I liked the Leonardo DiCaprio one.
Mm-hmm.
That one was very good. And the guy who played the Prince of Cats, I forget his name, but
Cinephile?
Tybalt. The guy who played Tybalt. He was on Lost.
I know I've seen this movie, but I was like in high school.
It's Michael something. You don't have. It's not that important.
That's why I'm here.
I saw him at the Bob Hope Health Clinic, and he was very nice.
What were you doing at the Bob Hope Health Clinic?
I was getting something checked out.
Your butt?
No.
Finger?
Everything.
Prostate?
I let everything go way too long, and then I go all at once when I have like real sharp pain.
My doctor was pissed at me the other day.
Paul Rudd is in that movie?
Paul Rudd is in what?
Romeo and Juliet.
Who did he play?
The Leonardo DiCaprio one?
Yeah, Count Paris.
I don't believe you.
I'm looking at it right here.
Okay, well, if you say so.
That's Paul Rudd was never in that movie.
Paul Rudd is his lawyers are gonna call and see cease and desist this whole podcast.
Yeah.
And fuck him because we're in India. He can't prosecute here.
Yeah. Well, no, we are in India. Fuck, I thought we were in Paris still.
No.
Bro, you got
Paris,
it on lock.
we'd be in trouble. We'd be in a lot of trouble. Gerard Depardieu's whole camp is going to come after us.
Yeah,
and Marcel Marceau's people are going to get involved. It's going to be real bad. Luckily, his lawyers are all silent, so it'd just be a lot of text.
Well, we're going to get in as much trouble as we can. Travis, bring up North Korea.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where we are now.
We are live from North Korea.
A stock photo for North Korea.
They have to have one. Bring
I'm
up
sure
the border, you know where they...
The neutral zone?
Yeah, the neutral zone. Bring up the neutral zone.
It's just a bunch of graphics from Street Fighter that don't make sense at all. They're like, this is as close as you. This is roughly what's going on.
Bring up how Japanese people see Americans. It's just the guy with the flat top.
I'm the big loud American. It's always an Australian guy playing the American.
Oi! Yeah. Crikey! Yeah. They are the most American, non-American country.
We have them play. Like it was Mel Gibson, Hugh Jackman, like as American as it gets is to be Australian.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
And in a way, that's kind of true. You know, at the Comedy Store, there is a hotel right next door that I feel like they cater almost 50-50 to Australians because we get so many Australians late night, and 100.
That's a good point.
Out of 100 of them that I've talked to, they've never even fucking heard of a bloomin' onion. They don't even know what it is. I have to explain to them.
We have a restaurant here. Yes, I've seen it late night. You talk about it, and you said something like, "Do you like bloomin' onions?" And they were like, "What?"
They're just mystified by it. They're like, "What is it?" And they want to know what it is.
It's good.
They're delicious. They're great. But Outback, I don't know if we're allowed to say their name. Bleep it out. They swear on a stack of Bibles that it's the most Australian cuisine you can ever have is to have a bloomin' onion.
Do not bleep that out. We're attacking
none of them.
I mean, this entire time we've had Dave's Hot Chicken.
Oh, right, yeah. They don't mind. These guys are cool. They don't have a bloomin' onion, so we have nothing to worry about.
They support Tripoli's show at the Comedy Store.
Do they really?
I don't know. I made that up.
I don't know why they chose a chicken that looks like the old inflatable dolls.
I think they did that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
I think so, because there's no way that's not what that is.
Yeah, it's
what I mean?
Creepy as hell.
And the ones that you push them in and they... That was just for Anakin.
I was going to say, how'd that sound, Anakin?
Spotify listeners are going to hate that. Holy shit. You're going to be in the car driving down the 5, and then I just rip that in your fucking ear. Holy fuck.
People just veering off the freeway.
I know. I'm going to have knocks at the door like you caused 4 accidents when this episode released.
Do you remember the brief period where it was a thing for kids would go around to like really old people and just whisper porno sounds? Yeah. They would I thought that was the funniest shit ever. It was so good. And it made me think, because while that was going on, it was still kind of pandemic-y.
It was so funny.
Era. Yeah. And I was like, wouldn't it be great if all the hand sanitizers did that? Like
every time you push it,
it's
splooged on you.
Right. I thought that would be and Dave's Hot Chicken could totally do that with the ketchup dispenser. Just, and
but it's the
you
chicken
have this
noise.
face looking at you the whole time.
Yeah. It's the chicken noise. You push down on the ketchup and it goes.
Yeah, the chicken's coming. Even worse.
The chicken's coming. I
don't know what a chicken would say, like a rooster.
When it comes?
Yeah.
Do chickens come?
Probably.
Sure.
Everything comes.
It'd be really sad if chickens, their lives aren't hard enough. They better be able to fucking come.
Have you seen a duck dick?
No.
It's like the corkscrew dick.
Oh, I have seen that.
So do chickens have corkscrew dicks?
I have no idea, but I just looked it up. Do chickens come? And the first thing that comes up in AI overview is, yes, roosters ejaculate during mating. So
Hell
well, yeah, roosters. But I'm saying, do women get off? Do the chicken women, the hens? Do hens climax?
Here, I'm just gonna post.
No more than normal women.
Image on the background.
Put it up.
Yeah.
What? Oh.
Put it up. And then a duck dick. The corkscrew duck dick in 3, 2. There it is.
I don't know what it looks like.
There are some very explicit images on Google Images for chicken mating.
Yeah, we could put them up.
I'm gonna put all of them up.
Yeah, please do.
Corkscrew dick. That's so weird.
Do you not know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about, but it's weird that God or whatever was like
the creator.
They're not gonna want to fuck these ugly ass roosters. So we better give them corkscrew dicks so they can't get out of it once it gets going.
It's like a master key type situation because I think they have corkscrew pussies.
Hot. That's tell me that's not fucking hot.
It's kind of sick,
awesome.
dude.
That's like
torsion.
those fucking Dairy Queen, the fucking ice cream that are all like fucking corkscrew. That's fucking rad.
Corkscrew puss, dude.
Yeah.
That's a sick band name, dude.
Corkscrew puss.
No, corkscrew. What
corkscrew chicken pussy.
I was gonna say.
Why would you even call it Dave's Hot Chicken when you could have called it that?
Corkscrew chicken pussy.
Dave's Hot Corkscrew Chicken Pussy.
Vaginal maze.
KFC would be out of business if they did that. If they just changed their name to that.
I got unhinged really quickly.
No, right. Here's the deal.
This is how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the first chicken place to just start selling chicken pussy? Like, just that's the cut.
I love that you're gonna have to catch Sacaiah up on all of this. On like, here's what happened.
If he even makes it, we don't even know if he's gonna make it. He's doing an audition right now in Hollywood.
For what?
I think it's NDA. I don't know.
Oh,
but
Marvel.
It's gonna pay. No, that'd be sick.
Wouldn't it be great if he was Miles Morales? How fucking awesome would that be?
I think they already have a dude that they are.
Shut up. You don't know. He could be if he wanted to. I believe in him.
Told me to shut up, dude.
I didn't mean it.
Thank you.
I take it back.
Right.
Remember we were having a good time talking about corkscrew chicken pussy?
Corkscrew chicken pussy, yeah. So anyways, back
on track. We're right back.
This is where we need to be. What's the weirdest animal? What's the largest animal dick? Is it a whale, probably?
I believe so.
Whale dick. Put it on top of Mike, crushing him.
Get it off.
Is it a big whale dick? Okay.
The blue whale possesses the largest penis in the animal kingdom, an average length of 8 to 10 feet.
8 to 10. So
it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
Bigger than this room. No.
Do you know feet? It's
10 feet,
8 to 10 feet.
The basketball hoop outside.
It's from
that's
that
10
light
feet.
to that light.
I'm
pretty
aware.
much.
I'm just not very smart.
That's okay,
dude. Imagine being a blue whale and you have the 8-foot dick and everyone's like, look at little dick whale over there. Dude's only got an 8-footer.
For your information, that's average.
Yeah,
8 foot is the average.
Imagine being the only blue whale with a 7-foot dick.
Have you seen that?
If you ever have to say for your information when you're showing people your dick.
Oh my god!
That's.
Have you seen that one? I think you should leave sketch where it's an advertisement for a horse place that has like horses with really small penises, so that men can compare their own small penis to the size of that horse.
No.
What a great idea!
Fucking funny.
What is it?
It's called I Think You Should Leave. It's a sketch show on Netflix with Tim Robinson.
That's a really funny premise.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the show. I haven't seen that though.
I think it's in like season 2. It's one of the newer sketches from that show.
Yeah.
If we're talking about shit like that, I got to mention, because I just started getting into it and I'm like the last guy on the boat.
Horse Dick?
No. Very Important People.
Oh my God. I love that.
Fuck, that show is so fucking good.
I only watch the clips because they don't have the money to spend.
You would love it. They get
great.
comics, they get like a makeup guy to come in and make them into some sort of monster.
Interesting.
And then, but they're like, you create a character and we're going to do an interview. And they interview them in character, and it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, I've seen clips of that. Then.
There's the yellow chick.
I've seen that.
She's like a yellow demon from hell. That one is.
I've seen the Hood Alien.
I love the one with the newest one. With
the Hood Alien.
Mulligan, the babies.
Yeah, two twin British babies.
Yeah,
it's really funny shit.
I'm not going to get into the
British
frame,
babies.
This is. I don't know if you can see
Oh yeah, I've seen that clip. I've seen that clip.
Look up Spencer.
I've seen Spencer.
Spencer's that girl, Lisa Gilroy, is hilarious, and one of these days she's going to be a huge, huge star. I don't know if she is already because I don't watch a whole lot of everything.
Right.
But I bet she will be.
I feel like it's weird the difference between like Sacaiah. Like I'm a comedy fan, obviously, but
right.
Sacaiah, he will know like this niche, like just above open micer level comic from Louisiana that told this one joke. Like he knows so much, so many people. So like he is a comedy, like he's gross about it.
That's great. I got to a point where it was like watching comedy was like going to the dentist where I was like, I just got kind of tired of like me and one of my buddies were talking about how we were doing shows at the Comedy and Magic Club and how magicians just love it. And they love watching each other and learning each other's tricks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then even they get to a point where they're like, I kind of know where this trick is going. And it's kind of ruins magic for them. I'm very like protective of my magic, so now like I'll only watch someone if I really think they're doing great or if they're a hilarious comedian that I really love and I can watch them bomb. I love to do that. It's so, not to be mean, but it's fun.
It's something you don't see.
Right. And it's fun to know that someone has the goods and know that they're in front of an audience that doesn't understand that or care. Right.
Yeah.
And then if they can turn it around, that's the best. I love seeing that shit happen.
I saw a video last night. Excuse me.
That sounds interesting.
It was very interesting. It was a video of Patrice O'Neal bombing.
Yeah.
Absolutely bombing. Walked the whole crowd. He was just in the pocket.
He's a monster. He's just a monster.
He was like, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Like, he's Patrice.
Right, yeah. He has nothing to prove to anybody. He's just going to destroy
well, it was
next time he goes up.
It was early Patrice, I think.
Okay.
Before he was super grainy film. You know what I mean? Like the guy in the back was like rolling the fucking thing. But the footage was fucked up.
It's a talkie though. It's definitely in color and everything.
Yeah.
It has the subtitles.
Right, yeah.
You just see him like, and then he's like, white bitch on the on the screen.
I kind of want to see that.
I want to see comedy and
old-timey vaudeville silent film comedy.
A whole special. Make people sit there for an hour just doing that.
What is this?
It'll just flash like a fucking joke and then cut to a grainy audience going. Yeah.
Then a pie fight at the end.
Yeah. And then at the end, a guy just runs up on stage with a pie and bams the comedian, and then it flashes, bam.
Yeah, splat or whatever. Yeah,
or maybe an old Adam Westy Batman. Like every punchline, it flashes
zoom
punchline.
Yeah.
And you go,
bang. Yeah,
that was I used to have a DVD set of that around here somewhere.
That show was a lot of fun. The old Adam West Batman show.
Oh yeah,
and they. what I loved is they'd be climbing up the side of a building and some guest like Sammy Davis Jr. would pop out the window. And it was every episode they had someone
some sort of a cameo
that was just like kind of in on the joke and was like, oh, it'll be fun to be on this weird ass Batman show.
Yeah.
And what sucked though is that was like how people perceived Batman
for a while,
for like 30 years until like the Michael Keaton one happened.
Yeah.
And so when they were like, oh, Michael Keaton's going to be in Batman, everyone was picturing the Adam West show and they were like, oh, that's going to be awful.
Weird, yeah.
Holy shit. But when that preview dropped of like him and Nicholson and like the full like get-ups and everything, everyone was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And it just changed comic book movies forever.
Well, because the books themselves, at the time that the Adam West stuff was coming out, correct me if I'm wrong, they weren't super slapsticky and...
No, but once that show hit the air and was a hit, it made them a lot shittier.
Like well, the same way the MCU heavily affected
the
way that the books come out now. Not all of them. There are some series that are still true to themselves, but...
Yeah.
Like...
But it very much had a big impact. Like, before the MCU, Iron Man was kind of like a C-list character.
Yeah, no one gave a fuck about Iron
Man. I remember there was a toy line in the 80s of all the Marvel heroes called Secret Wars. And they had a big commercial and it had like Spider-Man in it and Captain America. Wolverine had just started to become well-known. And they were like, oh yeah, and Iron Man.
Yeah,
like Iron they Man's just kind of like barely mentioned that he's in it. Yeah. Now he would have been like the centerpiece of the whole thing. You know?
Yeah. It's nowadays it's Spider-Man, Iron Man, Batman, Superman. You know, what
Deadpool.
I mean? Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool. You know? Deadpool. I've been a fan of Deadpool for before he was super mainstream, because the way I discovered Deadpool was it's a running joke now, but it's true. It really is. I thought it was like a Spider-Man variant.
Yeah, a lot of people did. Yeah,
but and I know there's running jokes about it now, but oh my god, it's what I thought. And Spider-Man was my favorite character, and then I found Deadpool, and I was like, this guy's kind of sick, dude.
I remember the one time I feel like Anakin wants to be mic'd up.
Do you want to say something?
He's like,
the way that I
yell.
The way that I discovered Deadpool, my dad was working on X-Men Origins Wolverine, and he told me that Deadpool was actually in it.
Oh
and
wow!
Through that he introduced me to Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you saw the Deadpool that made it into X-Men Origins, and you were
it's
like,
oh
guy.
Shit.
And then I started reading the comics in middle school and all that stuff. I'm like, oh my god, this is my.
He's like once. I kind of hope they do this in the MCU, but the real deal with why Deadpool's able to break the fourth wall and talk to the audience and all of that is kind of because he pissed off Loki, and Loki was like, oh really? And whispered in his ear and told him the truth, that he's a comic book character and that he doesn't actually, none of this matters or exists or anything. And it drove him crazy.
Yeah.
And so now, like he was always like a shit talker, but now he's like a crazy shit talker. And I was like, if they did that in the MCU and had like Tom Hiddleston tell him he's a movie character, that would be so fucking great.
There's a run where Loki actually tries to convince Deadpool that he's his father.
Oh, wow.
The way that he does it is that he turns him into Tom Cruise.
Hilarious.
Which, funny enough, my dad ended up getting those signed by Tom Cruise.
That's really cool.
Because, again, he was working on
Tom Cruise was the first guy up for Iron Man.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that.
Yeah, I think it would be a totally different. I could see him as a Tony Stark type character, definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would have hit quite as hard as the way Robert Downey Jr. did it.
Well, because
that was just lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
like when I heard that name, it was like, oh, that's Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they said the name, I was like, oh, that's gonna be fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really weird to have that point in time, because that was it. I'll be honest, I liked comic books and I liked comic book characters, but the movies is what really made me dive into comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are a lot of like the older like comic book fans that are kind of like, I don't like what movies did to it, and it's like it fucking saved them. People don't know it, but for a long time, Marvel was doing so bad that they were depending on the toys they were selling to keep them afloat.
Yeah.
And then the movies happened and it changed everything. But like, I remember I was kind of at ground zero in the 90s when Deadpool first came on the scene and in the Batman animated series, Harley Quinn first came on the scene. They were both like brand spanking new characters.
Yeah. People don't know
and
that.
now
Harley
they're
Quinn,
like the two most popular characters of either, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Harley Quinn started in Batman the Animated Series, for those of you that don't know. She was not part of the comics at all.
Yeah, she was so popular they added her to the comics.
Yeah.
And Kevin Smith named his daughter after her.
Really?
Harley Quinn Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
He did, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. What did we ever get an official origin story for Harley? Because the origin story that I know and I hold headcanon is that she was the Joker's nurse or doctor or something, and then the Joker, to cut long story short, corrupted her through his treatments, and then because she was Harleen Quinzel,
right?
You know, MD or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. She was like a young, up and coming doctor of psychology, I think, and she was.
But it was canonized, wasn't it?
Right, but she was like trying to. She was like kind of pushing to get time with the Joker, because her idea was, I'm going to use him and write a book and write a big bestseller.
Yeah, this is the Joker. I'm going to be a famous doctor.
And everyone was like, you don't want to do that. 30 other people have tried and it's always gone bad. And he just manipulated the hell out of her and turned her into, you know, what she became.
Yeah.
But then eventually she got powers too. I think he kind of like did what happened to him, put her in like a chemical vat. But it worked so much better for her. Like she actually got like superpowers from, to the best of my knowledge, the Joker doesn't have any superpowers other than he's a little bit more aligned with anarchy than most other people.
Here's the thing about both. I mean, Batman obviously does not have powers. That is his whole thing. That is his whole shtick.
Yeah.
But something needs to be said for Joker's durability. That has to be a fucking superpower. He's taken some hits.
Well,
bro.
and just his embrace of chaos.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I think it was like Detective Comics 600, where Ra's al Ghul uses the Joker to kind of distract Batman. And then like Batman's about to catch Ra's al Ghul and he's at the Lazarus pit, the resurrection pit that he has. And to throw Batman off, he just shoots the Joker in the head and leaves.
Yeah.
And the Joker kind of dies smiling, like hilarious, haha. You know, what a great joke. What a great way for me to die as someone else's fodder, you know. And so Batman's now left with the choice of, I'm Batman. I have a no-kill rule. I didn't kill the Joker. This guy basically just gave me a freebie. But there's a resurrection pit right here.
Yeah.
And if I let him go, I can resurrect the Joker and find out what his plan was. And so Batman's put in the position of having to resurrect his worst enemy.
Yeah.
And I was like, what a great concept that is, you know, and that the Joker kind of knew that all of that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, you know.
Dude, writers in general, I think, are some of the most magical people. To be able to think about twists that 95% of the world cannot see coming and hide it. And like, the way that writers' brains works, like I write jokes, you know what I mean? And I understand there's a lot of people that can't do that either.
Right.
But I can't wrap my head around how you're a comic book writer. You can sit here and you can do this and you can write about Red Hood, and Red Hood was the Joker, and then Red Hood is now a
and all the subtle differences to that. Yeah.
Like how do you keep all the canon together in your brain? How do you know where you're, and there's continuity issues, of course. Don't get me wrong. These people aren't perfect, but
also they're writing
that close, you know?
Even with that, it's like the continuity issues often stem from having to deal with other writers doing their own takes on different things too. So it's like trying to get your story to align with 6 other writers that are working on that character at the same time is crazy. How they keep Spider-Man consistent at all with like
oh my God.
6 different titles at any given month. And now 300 different Spider-Men to deal with. It's amazing.
It's beautiful chaos to me. I watched a fucking hour-long video 2 nights ago about the continuation errors with Venom and how his suit's always different and depending on who is the host at this point, whether it's Eddie Brock or whether it's Peter or whether it's
the guy who was the Scorpion for a while.
Yeah, the guy who was Scorpion. Yeah. It's like, and the suit's different for all of them, but sometimes Eddie and the Scorpion guy have the same suit, and it's weird, and it's like, it's cool though. You know what I mean? Like, I think.
And just like not letting them stagnate, like going like, let's try Flash Thompson. What would happen if he had the suit for a while? And it's like, now you have Agent Venom, which is such a cool concept.
Badass.
That they never would have had 20 years ago. You know?
They talked about Agent Venom a lot in the video I was watching, and they were like, well, sometimes the white line covers the buckle on his shoulder, and sometimes it doesn't. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
If that's your big criticism on this, then you're leading an amazing life. If that's all you have to worry about today is where the buckle is on his costume.
Well, I think us being in entertainment and being in Hollywood really kind of helps us give a lot of entertainment a leeway.
Yeah.
Because the fucking little kid in buttfuck Arkansas somewhere who has to walk a mile to the comic store and that's his whole life.
Yeah.
He's going to care about that shit a lot.
He's very invested in that. Yeah.
But you and me, we're like, we probably know a dude that was on it. He had a rough day yesterday.
Right, yeah.
So we're all human.
Yeah, the costume guy just wasn't able to get there in time or
that
whatever.
Is not an excuse for the shitty animation on Invincible. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of shitty animation.
Sacaiah Shaw, everybody. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Sacaiah Shaw.
Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? I'm back, bitch. I was running on CPT. Colored people time today and colored people tendencies. I was trying to get some money for the boys.
Thanks for explaining it for us, buddy.
Absolutely.
So
had to.
Let's see. What's
going on, Mike?
Thanks for getting money.
I'm trying.
He might not. He might not.
I might not. But
I believe in him.
Genuinely might. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Anyways, we're gonna pick up right where we left off.
I was hoping you were gonna be wearing that shirt today. I'm very excited about that.
How do you feel about corkscrew chicken pussy?
Corkscrew chicken pussy?
Yeah, we gotta catch you up on
all right, so hold on. Let me break this down. So corkscrew.
Do you know what we're taling about?
No.
Oh. What's
break it down.
What's your best guess? If you were to walk in that door and you heard corkscrew chicken pussy, what do you
Taiwanese
think?
Women.
Close. Taiwan? You mean Thailand?
The Taiwanese women.
Okay.
Taiwan particularly.
Walk me through the thought. Where are we at?
Okay, so look, here's what I'm saying, right? So you said corkscrew what did you say?
Corkscrew chicken pussy. Did you hear chicken pussy?
No,
You
I didn't hear
racist
chicken
fuck.
I heard corkscrew chicken pussy, right? Okay, so here's what it is. Corkscrew and pussy. Right? Those are the first and the last. The middle word usually doesn't mean much, but chicken is going to be funny. It's some sort of
means
funny
a lot.
enhancer.
Right.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, it means a lot.
Well, I'm walking you through my process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then corkscrew pussy is what I thought, and you know how people be saying like Chinese slanted pussy. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
Chinese pussy sideways.
People are always saying
corkscrew
that.
pussy.
It's
I
true.
said that's got to be somewhere on the Eastern Hemisphere. So I decided Taiwan and went for it.
Okay.
Chicken. I just assumed chicken was a filler word.
Nope. Okay, so we're actually talking about how birds have corkscrew-shaped vaginas. Vaginal tunnels.
The cloaca.
What?
The what?
The cloaca.
No.
So you knew exactly
What's
what
the-
it was and you went somewhere else.
No, I didn't know that's what you were talking about, but there's a word for it.
Corkscrew chicken pussy.
It's called the cloaca?
It's called the cloaca. That's the hole that they reproduce out of, they drop
Bullshit.
eggs out of, and they also shit out of. It's
It's
the same
corkscrew?
hole. It's called the cloaca. Yes.
It all goes from the same hole?
Yeah. Unless you're
When I
talking
was
about-
little, I thought babies came out of the butt.
Well, they do for birds and like ducks.
No, they don't.
Well, the eggs and ducks have like a weird fucking anatomy. But yeah,
we started on ducks. We started on
ducks
how-
have like a corkscrew like dick. Like it looks like a tapeworm. It looks like a tapeworm.
Mike didn't know.
Ducks look like a tape. Like pull it out.
Actually, yeah, he did.
Put it
Dave's
behind me.
hot chicken.
You're way
Oh.
way ahead of you.
All right, never mind.
Put a picture of Sacaiah looking dumbfounded, because we already put up the chicken dick.
You already put it up?
Yeah. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, this side chicken dick, this side Sacaiah going what to the chicken dick.
We already have that picture, so that's fine.
We do actually.
Yeah.
We do. I'll send it to you.
Mhm.
You missed a lot.
No, we actually have a picture of you when we took the little screen or like things.
Yeah.
I actually have that picture of you.
No, I know I took a while. I was upset. I was being very racist to white women in traffic. I was really mad. It took me a long time to get here.
What was your favorite thing that you yelled at a white woman in traffic?
Yeah, please tell me.
Of course, it's a white woman.
That's not that bad.
That's not
Really not that bad. What I actually
That's
said
not that bad.
what I
I'd say
actually said to myself was, I really can't stand when bitches over 40 drive.
Yeah.
Over 40? That's the leeway they get is 40 years?
I just looked at her and she seemed 41, so I wanted the cutoff to be wherever she was at. That's what I
You
wanted.
know, in Los Angeles, just saying you seem over 41 would have been a devastating insult.
That's worse than the N-word.
Yeah, that's so much worse. She would have just driven into a brick wall as soon as you said that. He's right.
She would have driven into me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bitch, are you 40?
That's a risk you run. Ah!
40 is crazy. That's what that guy
She would have
said
just
last night
melted.
to the bartender. That's why, what's her name, got so mad.
40.
Yeah, so
Bet
let's
you haven't talked about that yet.
No, I waited. I waited for you.
Thank you.
So we're going to... But yeah, that was our night last night. That
That's
morning, I
fantastic.
shit myself that morning. yesterday.
Yes, you told the story.
Not
And you're
technically.
still doing better than that guy.
Yeah,
You know?
well, I didn't shit myself. I actually this is
You haven't told
You
the
shit
story
someone
yet?
else?
no, I haven't told.
Oh, awesome.
No. So what happened was I took my girlfriend to work. I felt like I had to shit. I was like, it's a 30-minute drive home. I'll just you know what I mean? It's
Tough it out.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
beginner level shit. I'm like 10 minutes into this 30-minute drive and it's an expert level shit now.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why it just fucking turned
It
up.
upgraded.
So I was like, oh my God. I'm like, you know where you're standing in the car?
Yep.
I'm standing in the car. I'm like, I'm screaming, like not moaning. I'm screaming, and I'm
He's
punching
opening the window, trying to make it better.
Yeah.
I'm punching the steering wheel. AC's on full blast because I'm sweating. Right? I'm maybe 10 minutes from the house when I realize I'm not going to make it home.
Yeah, it's high stakes.
It's high stakes, dude.
Yeah.
And I've never felt this before. I've felt pain from having to shit. I felt my asshole losing the battle. Like I felt like, you know what I mean? My asshole was going like whoop, 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 whoop. I'd never felt that before.
It's that scene in Batman Begins where there's no one left to send. We're out of reinforcements.
Open up toward the camera a little more so we can see your face.
No. I'm
People
into
want to
this.
see your face.
I want to clip up the pain in your face. While we're doing this.
Shut. I don't give a. Ooh. Anyways, I'm shitting myself. I'm actively
Yeah.
shitting myself. I'm in my grandpa's nice car.
Tell them.
I'm in my. This is for Mike. I'm in my grandpa's really nice car.
Right.
It has
What kind of car is it?
The Volvo out front.
Okay.
It has
So, yeah,
it has
is a nice
white
car.
seats.
Clean.
It's clean.
Of course, it has white seats.
pristine.
All this shit. And let me lock in right now. Let me lock in. Okay. So I start looking for anything. And I think it was so bad that I like looked at the 7-Eleven. I went, no, because worst thing, I go in there. I say, do you have a bathroom? He says, no. I shit in front of him. Like,
Right.
that's what I was thinking was going to happen. Anyways.
Which happens to him all the time. I guarantee.
Every day, I'm sure.
Yeah. You don't want to be the 14th guy to do that.
So I pull down this little side street. I'm looking for alleyways. I'm gonna shit behind a dumpster. This is where I'm at in life. I see this perfect alley. I swing it. The second I swing it, I see a moving truck unloading a bunch of shit. There's like 4 people there. as close to, and I get out because I'm like,
Yeah.
it's go time.
It's happening.
There's-
Yeah.
There's
You don't
nothing
have
I-
a choice. at
There's
that
nothing
point.
I
Yeah.
can do. So I pull my pants down just right there in the street. I pull over, shit in the street.
Yeah.
I pull my pants down. I'm looking at the moving company that's like where Anakin is sitting.
Right.
It is literally that close, but there's a dumpster here.
Yep.
And I just was like, I'm sorry. And I just fucking blew it. I blew it shit all over the brick wall that was all over the shit. We went back later to the scene and cried. I showed Sacaiah. It was a shit. It was
you
a mound of
imagine
shit.
that guy's day? The guy moving drum and he's like,
He went,
all right, Craig, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick up this bed. We're going to get it inside. We're going to get the 2 couches. We're going to move back over. Oh my God, is he taking a shit?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It was nothing like that at all because they weren't speaking English. But they were like,
so it was the exact same, only in Spanish.
Okay, Jose.
Yeah, basically.
He's taking a mierda.
No, it was like they were moving, and then they looked over and they saw me, and I locked eyes with them, and they knew. It was one of those like I need to shit eyes, and they basically just went, "What the fuck?" and I just blew it. And the moment they went, "What the fuck?" I got scared. But I got the pressure relief shit out. I'm like, I can make it home to get the rest out. The pressure release valve has been turned, but I couldn't wipe with anything.
It'd be great if you told them that. You're like, guys, don't panic. It's good news. I got the pressure shit out.
Yeah, I just got the pressure shit out.
I'll be able to make it home from here.
The pressure shit was still a mound of shit like this, but it was so much
If you
shit.
guys have any toilet paper, that would be tremendous. But
So my grandpa has toilet paper in the back of the Volvo.
Right.
Because he's an old man.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. But they're sitting there watching me. I'm not going to be like, hold on, I need to wipe. And walk to the trunk of the Volvo, grab the toilet paper out, go back to my shit mound. You know what I mean? Wipe my ass.
You gotta stay at the Volvo.
Those guys are already involved.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
Just leave a trail.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I get back home, finish my shit, hop in the shower, right? I hop in the shower, I get fully showered, change of underwear, threw the underwear away. I don't think they were dirty. I don't think shit made it onto the underwear.
That's good.
But I was like, I don't even want to take chances with this.
Yeah. Just toss it.
Yeah. They get retired. You retire those underwear.
Right. Bro, they need to be hung up in the races.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. That was fucking... Anyways.
Next time you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, they're up there.
Yeah. The Fruit of the Loom fucking... I should sign them. Oh, fuck. They're still in the garbage. Trash hasn't gone out yet. I might do that.
They're going to name some wings after you. The Corkscrew Chicken Pussy Wings.
Corkscrew Chicken Pussy Wing. Anyways. A few hours goes by. A long time. I feel no pressure at all anymore.
I should hope not.
I get up. I walk down to the kitchen. I go to make a sandwich. And my ass cheeks feel slimy. I was like,
of course.
Wait a minute. I never farted. I never did any of this, any at all. So I do a little emergency wipe, right, fellas? Just to check what's going on. Sure enough, there's shit in my pants. There's shit in my pants. I have incontinence. And I'm like, why? Do I have a problem?
Why?
I realized...
I get that that's the first question, but I love that that's the first question. Why?
I realized later that night that it was because my asshole muscles had been trained to failure and they were tired and they couldn't hold themselves closed anymore. That's how bad it was.
You're telling me this is like Iron Man after the fight with the Hulk? He's just like, sir, your asshole levels are at 60%.
Your asshole is giving up.
No, it was like, you've worked out on the bench. You know, you just can't lift anymore. You can't lift your arms anymore when they're tired. It was like that. My asshole couldn't hold itself anymore because your asshole's a muscle.
Yeah. And you overworked it.
Oh, I gotta order the pizza.
Yo. So your asshole.
What are we at time wise?
104%.
104?
30%. 20%.
Yeah.
My favorite exchange.
I was giving you guys some time for Sacaiah to be on the pod.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. No, actually, you were late. Fuck you. We end when we end. No, I'm just fucking.
I feel like I had some good input already.
No, you're fine. It's not about the input. It's about hanging out with the boys.
It's about hanging out with the boys.
I think one of my favorite Jarvis interactions is, "Sir, I've detected 2 broken ribs." And then Tony Stark goes, "Yeah, so did I."
Yeah.
Wasn't that in Iron Man 2?
I think so, yeah.
When he fell in that, or was that 3?
No, that was 2.
Like, I detected those 2.
No, 2. No. 2
or was it when he was fighting
It was 3, because 3 is where he has a lot of screen time without the suit.
Right. Yeah, 3 is...
3 is where he got stuck in the barn with the kids.
So, Harley, it's probably 2.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Now I'll just have to watch them again.
Question.
Not a problem.
What's the story behind that shirt?
I found it at Goodwill. It's a really weird day.
Yeah. Okay.
It gets older and I stay young.
That's true.
No, that's not. I wish that was true.
No, it is
It's
true.
but no, I did it a long time ago. There was a guy at the mall that had like one of those kiosks where you can put things on a coffee mug.
Yeah.
But it was a brilliant sales technique. He was just taking people's picture as they go by, and he barely spoke any English, and he would just say like t-shirt or coffee mug or whatever. But he took my picture, but I was hungover and I looked like just terrible. I was like this. I was like,
Yeah.
and he goes, t-shirt? And I was like, that's actually hilarious. Yes, make me a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I took it to, back then across from the Pig, there was a Baja Cantina place. And I met a couple of comics there, and my good buddy Rick Ramos, Ravishing Rick Ramos,
Oh yeah.
was there. And he was known, like, there are comedians that are funny, but comedians that also have really great laughs. And that guy had an amazing laugh.
Yeah.
I walk in wearing that shirt, and he went supersonic. He was laughing so hard that like dogs were barking next door and stuff. I was like, I might be onto something. And so I wore it that night. And this was while we were still like open micers at the store and stuff. And it got such a good reaction that I was like, I'll just keep doing it.
So let me get what. Wait, how long ago was this? I can't imagine you as an open micer.
I was born full grown into comedy. No, this would have been 2000, maybe 2001. Yeah, because I became a paid regular in like late 2001.
What was that like? What was that feeling like? Were you like, oh my God? I feel like I would.
Yeah,
that
was it was so crazy. I was like, everything went wrong that day because they back then, instead of friends and family, they called you a non-paid regular.
Unpaid regular, yeah.
Yeah, so that was like the first thing that I'd made it past that hurdle. And like Bobby Lee and Ari Shafir and a few other guys were kind of like championing me. And at that time, Mitzi was still alive, and there was a lot to the game. Like you had to have someone run interference, which meant that someone would sit next to her and keep other comics from distracting her while she watched you. And so we had to do that. And for a paid regular at that time, they wanted to know that you could do 20 minutes. So they would have you do like a 15-minute showcase instead of what it is now, which is much, much shorter.
Yeah.
And my car broke down.
Oof.
And I had to take the bus from Koreatown to the Comedy Store.
Damn.
And on the bus, I'm like going over my set in my head, but I'm sitting like right behind the bus driver. And so I was like, can you drop me off at the Comedy Store? And I was like sweaty and gross because I'd had to like run and catch the bus and everything. And he was like, are you performing? It seems like you're performing. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be performing. He was like, man, don't let me drop you in front of the Comedy Store. You don't want them to see you getting off the bus. Let me drop you like a little bit further down.
That's actually cool of him.
And I was
Cool
like,
as fuck.
thank you.
Yeah, that's
because
really
I was just
cool of
not
him.
thinking at all.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you. And he was like, no problem. And so he dropped me at the Hyatt. And I was
That's
like,
really cool of him.
So I got off and like, I'm like 15 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And I get in there and they're like, we're running a little bit behind. So instead of 15 minutes, you're doing 7. And I was like, okay. And so I'm editing in my head. I'm like, okay, 7. As we get further along, it gets whittled down to 3 minutes.
Ooh.
I was like, so this is basically an open mic set that I'm doing to showcase for Mitzi. And Paulie's in the room, and me and Paulie are familiar with each other, but we're not like super friends or anything like that. And so I'm like on deck waiting there, and he goes, hey, buddy. And I go, hey. And he goes, are you next? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, I'm out of here. And he starts to leave. But
That's
then Mitzi sees that, and he realizes what he just did. Like he wasn't trying to be shitty. He was just like, I'm out of here, Yeah. And then he goes, and he turns around and he gives me a big hug and he goes, you're going to do great. You're one of my favorite dudes here in front of her.
That's cool of him.
That's really cool.
And then takes off. And I was like, oh man. And so I go up and I have no idea what I said in that 3 minutes because it was so mushed together. And Ari had told me, he was like, if she waves you over, go over and talk to her. If she doesn't, just go out of the room and I'll tell you what happened tomorrow. And I was like, okay. I do my spot. I start walking back and I'm like, don't make eye contact with her, but if she waves you over, she just does this. She sees me walking past and she goes, I'm like, is that a wave?
Yeah, fuck.
I'm just gonna go over. And so it was kind of like your feet carrying you without you giving them permission to. And I go over and hi, Mitzi. And she goes, you're very funny. How did you come to us? And I go, on the bus. And she goes, no, idiot. Who recommended you? Mm-hmm. And I was like, Bobby Lee. And she goes, okay, you're a paid regular now.
Holy fuck.
Holy shit.
That would scare the shit out of me. And then
go away.
She did that?
And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And so I left the room. And so Ari comes out and he was like, she'll make it official tomorrow. But yeah, he's like, she was just like, don't just stand there, get the hell out of here. And so,
holy fuck.
So that was fun.
So what year was this? 01?
This would have been 2001.
When did Mitzi kind of phase out?
It would have been when Tommy started to take over a gradual thing. So about 2010, right around that era is when it started to really be he would do kind of a Weekend at Bernie's sort of thing where he was like, Mitzi's been watching tape. He would tape the show and show it to Mitzi, and it was like, who knew how much of that was true or what,
Right.
But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was a really fun, crazy ass place to work at that time. It was like performing on a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Because it was considered the dark times,
yes, very much so.
And but a lot of crime happened there, in and out of the club and in front of it and everything. But it was really great in a weird sort of way too, and the OR still has that vibe of, at that time for sure, it was the toughest room in the world.
Yeah.
But now it still carries that vibe, but I don't think it's quite as rough as it used to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you were a comedian and I still think this is true, if you do at least 4 years where you're playing the OR somewhat regularly, I would put you up against any comic anywhere in the world, because someone could drop an atomic bomb and you would be able to play off of it and keep going. Right. You can't have an act on rails that it's like, oh, I don't deviate, I'm just doing my act. You cannot do that in the OR.
Right? Yeah.
You have to be able to adapt.
I have noticed that for sure, even in a 3-minute
even
potluck set.
You still have to. Shit happens. Yeah.
There's just so much you're competing with. I mean, there's a window out to Sunset Boulevard. Right next to you.
There's 2 bums fighting out here, and
exactly.
I have to keep you guys entertained.
I was watching Don Barris go up, and a girl pulled out her tits on the patio.
Yep.
And
Don will roll with it.
Three audience members went up and ran over to the window and started looking, and an Australian man came back and said, "Oh yeah, those are tits."
Yeah.
He sat down.
Funnier than anything anybody could ever say.
And then Don was like,
"How do you
get her in here?"
Yeah.
How do you compete with? Oh, those are some tits.
Yeah.
You can't.
You got to ride with it.
This Australian guy was barefoot in the OR, just walking around.
Sure.
Tits. Just walk back.
That guy has never had a bloomin' onion, and he got to see tits on Sunset, and he's barefoot. That guy lived a life.
Australians are sick, dude.
Cool
Australians ride so heavily at the store. Australians, Irish, any Asian country really, except for North Korea.
We get a lot of Swedish people too.
I haven't met a Swede.
Swedish people, German people, they come in and watch stand up. Dude, I had a show. I think you were on the same show. Remember that show we did when it was the whole 2 rows just full of German tourists? You remember that?
Was that when we did the Jeff Ross show in the Belly?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, bro, it just goes to show the Comedy Store is like, I hear from people that like the Comedy Store is dying, it's struggling. I'm like,
you got to show me.
I don't know. It's still the landmark that everybody knows is this is where you go to see comedy.
Yeah, and it's buried a lot of other local businesses, and it's still there.
It makes me think like, where are you getting your info from?
Yeah, it's like House of Blues is gone. Amagi's is gone. Pink Taco gone.
Magic
Comedy Store still there. Yeah,
it's trying to get
I think
about
they're
it.
still going strong.
I'm just making a joke because it was on fire yesterday.
Right. Yeah, they tried to.
Hey, Magic Castle, long live the Magic Castle.
I have heard, and I don't know, I'm not talking shit, that the factory is really struggling.
I don't know. It's just, it was never my cup of tea, so I never really went there.
Yeah.
I liked the deli next door. Greenblatt's was great.
Oh my God.
They're gone.
When did that go out?
About 3 or 4 years ago. It was one of the pandemic ones that just got, they were like.
I drove by it the other day and I always hear stories about it. It made me sad that I never had it.
And I'm mad that it's like, take the sign down at least. Don't give us hope that it's coming back. It's kind of like the ArcLight Cinerama Dome. It's like, don't let me think that it's going to come back if you're never going to reopen it,
Yeah. I've been getting into delis and shit though around town. What's the one? Cantor's?
Cantor's is good. Yeah. Cantor's has great soup. If you like matzo ball soup, that is a really, really great place for that. And they do steak fries. And they'll do them like extra crispy.
Sacaiah has a story about ordering steak fries at Cantor's, don't you, dumbass?
What happened, Sacaiah?
Oh
Go ahead and tell it.
This story.
Travis was there.
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, we all looked at him like he was retarded. If I drop your name
when I go there, they'll give me excellent service.
No.
A great table.
Go ahead and tell him what you thought steak fries were.
I think I know, but go ahead.
Yeah, you know.
I thought steak fries were fries with steak.
Yep.
Like steak and cheese on them.
Steak and cheese, like loaded
like
nacho,
chili fries.
Yes.
Fries. That's what I thought.
Because he was saying everything here is so expensive. I'm looking for a good deal.
Yeah, and then
he saw steak fries.
And I was like, no,
that's a fucking deal.
Way. I was like,
I'm in.
This is perfect. And then he brought them, and I was just like, no, where's the steak? Like,
dude, no, this is what happened. This is what really happened. The guy drops it off. And Sacaiah leaves it sitting there because he thought it was someone else's. Like,
right.
I ordered fries.
I don't want to ruin this guy's order.
No, he's like, I'm not going to pick off of Asher's fries.
Right.
So they just sit there, right? We all
Getting
get
cold.
our food, and then Sacaiah's looking around. He looks at the waiter like the waiter's fucking dumb.
Wow.
And I'm like, Sacaiah, are you not going to eat? Did you just order something? He's like, no, I'm waiting for my steak fries. And I was like, it's steak cut fries. They're thick fries. And he was like, I shit you not. You look like you just punched his mother. He went, what? I go, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
he's like, no, they put steak on it. I'm like, no, they fucking don't.
No, they don't.
I was angry.
It's such an understandable mistake in modern day.
It's not.
There are places that do that, though.
Yeah, but it's like loaded fries, loaded nacho fries.
A lot of times they'll call them like carne asada fries.
Carne asada fries.
But I could see making that mistake.
Crazy fries, something. But
man,
I was hungry. I was
pissed off.
And you were just sitting there not eating them either.
I was waiting for my fries to appear because mine were not. My fries were clearly not there.
Clearly.
What was funny, though, was the buildup. Because the fries came and he was like, Asher's food, nice.
Yeah.
And then another plate came and just the little, okay. Like eventually everybody's food was out and I shit you not, I remember it vivid as day. He went, what? Where's my fries? And we went, bro, you've had your fries the whole time.
Yeah. What have you? Yeah.
I love the look on his face.
There was that smug satisfaction of, all these other suckers have all this stupid food. Wait till they see my steak fries.
Yeah,
right?
That's exactly how
I know that you were like, yeah, I'll show them. That's so great.
Well.
Oh, wait, no, I did want to.
We'll go to Carney's and get chili fries.
They're great.
I love Carney's. I love Carney's. We're at Carney's every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mike, when you started stand-up,
mm-hmm.
was it in LA?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that like? Your first open mic?
God, I was kind of orbiting around doing it, like that period where you're like, I really want to do this, but I don't want to do it just yet.
Right.
I was going to shows in Santa Monica, and the trick that I was doing is I was inviting comedians to Hooters afterwards so I could kind of talk to them, because there was a Hooters that was open till like 11.
Good move, dude.
And I was like,
look at what we do.
I was like, come with me to Hooters, and so I was doing that for a while, and my buddy Brian, and I'll never shout out to Brian. I don't know if I would even be doing it now, but they just kind of realized I was funny when we were shooting the shit together. And one of them said, are you thinking about doing stand-up? And I was like, yeah, but I don't know when. And they were like, well, we have an opening in a month if you want to do it. And Brian goes, yeah, he'll do it in a month. Ooh. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing it in a month.
But
what kind
of an opening is he talking about? Like a set on a
like
show?
7 minutes. It was 7 minutes at a mic in Santa Monica. And so I wrote, like, I way over prepared. I wrote like 25 minutes.
That's crazy.
Of material. But like with adrenaline, what would realistically be 7 minutes, I ended up doing about like 12 minutes worth of jokes, but I just mushed them down real hard. But it was fun. I loved it so much.
That's better than what I did. I wrote an hour's worth of material.
That's smart. That's the smart thing.
Hold on. And then realized, oh, this is really only like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Right.
You don't realize. You think, bro, you sit there and you write 2 pages in a notebook and you're like, this is a fucking special.
Yeah.
Like, this is an hour. You know what I mean? And then you tell it in front of an audience at a 5-minute open mic, and they're like, you have 3 minutes left. And you're like, what?
Also, you edit on the fly. You're like, oh, this part wasn't really necessary. So I'm just going to condense it down to the...
The worst is when you're halfway through the sentence and you realize, oh, this is not funny. This is not... I thought this was so funny when I wrote it down. I have a bit that I've been doing. I did it on Potluck that is not doing well. And I think it is so funny. And I'm going to keep telling it because I think it's funny.
Eventually it will click. It's
For
just
them, Oh, I know funny.
Right. I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, like, eventually it'll click. If you have that much faith in it, there's something in there.
So the bit is about my girlfriend catching my semen out of the air like a seal. It's so funny to me.
It's good.
Do you do an act out?
Yes,
he does.
And it's not landing with the
audience?
And I do see.
I go maybe they don't like it.
Maybe like.
And I get home and my girlfriend's like, "Did you do the seal bit?" I'm like, "Yeah." They didn't like it again. My girlfriend loves it.
I love that. That's your shitty day at work story for her.
Yeah,
as opposed to someone else is like, this lady wanted shoes that were too small for her.
I also have a whole bit about when I come home and my girlfriend asks me how the show is, and I tell her to shut the fuck up.
That's a great way to recap your act too. It's like after you've done like your whole act and you get to that bit, and then I told this one, they liked it. I told this one, they didn't like it.
Oh shit! That's
you see what I mean?
No, he's on to something. After you finish the seal bit, yes, this is you.
Yeah.
After you finish the seal bit, be like, I'm gonna get home tonight. My girlfriend's gonna be like, "Did you do the seal bit?" Like,
you should absolutely say that. Yeah,
I basically do that already. Yeah, I should just say it like that instead.
But like remind them of all the funny shit you did first.
Yeah,
and then get to that.
Well,
and be like,
I gotta do funny shit
like
first before I can do that.
That's
is
the
key.
Problem. That is helpful.
No, but like if you're
and now the joke is, how'd you do? I bombed the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. One of my first interactions with you is when I was just coming around the store just as a open micer. I had never touched a stage. I was just sitting in the OR.
I think I know where you're going, and I'm not giving you back any of the money that I borrowed. No. I borrow money from open micers. It's a tradition at the Comedy Store. It's part of how you get in there.
Yeah, right. You were wearing your Wolverine shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, any suggestions? You were just kind of finding material, digging around, fucking around with the audience. It was one of those like 3 people in the audience nights.
It's late night in the OR. You're not doing your act.
And I go, and you was like, anybody have any questions? And I go, tell me about your shirt. And you go, oh, this is Wolverine. And I go, yeah, I know who it is. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
And then, so I was finally getting confident to like
talk to
say
people
something.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't have. I'm an audience member. What are you doing?
That time of night.
That time of night, you get off a few minutes later, whatever. Don goes up and Don and Eric do their famous, you want me to throw him out, Don? With me. Right? The second I get comfortable and start feeling like I love the Comedy Store, Eric threatens to throw me out in his straightest voice he possibly can. Yeah. I'm scared. I'm like, I fucked up.
He can be very masculine when he wants to.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And I was so tired and scared. And there was no one in the OR, so everybody in the back moved up to the front.
Yeah. Because
we were like, I'm going to experience, whoever this Don Barris guy is.
Yeah.
Not the best way to experience Don the first time. I was very, he goes, I'm not making any noise, by the way. Right. He goes, will you shut the fuck up while I'm talking? And then, but because I was playing with like a menu with like my hands.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't do your act. And then from the back, you want me to throw him out, Don? I was like, this is getting bad. This is getting real. Holy shit. And I look over at Sacaiah, I go, what did I do?
Yeah. You did nothing wrong.
Do you remember that?
You did nothing
we were
wrong.
sitting up so close, too.
I was terrified. And it was funny. Sacaiah.
Didn't Don ruffle your hair? You little rascal.
No, he didn't do that to me. He did that to someone else.
But it was a different guy.
It was me, you, and it was Noah Gregg.
Yes.
Yes. And fucking Sacaiah, my best friend in comedy, totally like, I don't know you. To me,
it's like throwing you under the bus.
Yeah, throw me under the bus because I was about to get kicked out of the Comedy Store. Kicked out. Oh my god.
At that point, it was every man for himself. Like,
yeah.
Sacaiah was like, "I'm not getting kicked out. You're on your fucking own, buddy." Oh my god. Whew. All right. Shit. The Domino's Pizza Tracker says that it was supposed to be delivered 2 minutes ago. So
it's here probably.
No, I don't think it is. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not here yet.
Your granddad's eating it.
Hopefully, I hope so. Oh no, estimated delivery 240 to 255. So we got a few more minutes.
Oh, okay.
Well, I would just like to say real quick, shout out to Leilani Sanders. Roast battle was really fun last week.
Oh, nice.
Shit was awesome, and I'm definitely going to be coming back. I'm not going to talk about it too much because the episode's not out. But when the episode comes out, I'm going to shout it out again. Fuck yeah.
That was an investment shout out right there.
That was an investment shout out because I want you guys to watch the roast battle.
No, you don't.
Fuck I did do it.
No, you don't. You shouted her out for a different reason.
Oh.
No.
She's not watching this.
No.
She's going
to see the clip.
You know. She's not going to see the clip.
She's gonna see,
we won't
put the
clip
clip right next to I'm going to say shout out, boom, and here's the battle.
No. Oh, that'd be a good idea.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I want to end on this. I want to end on a semi-serious question to you. How do you feel about
to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
I talk to him all the time.
I was ready. I was like, I can't wait to see how he answers.
I was like, I mean, I could answer.
He's sure in the hot seat now.
No. How do you feel about the new era of? Because I am a stand-up kind of. I'm orthodox stand-up. I like.
Okay. Yeah.
I like going up there with a mic, talking old school club. That's the environment.
Yeah.
And I don't like how stand-up now is hand in hand with influencer.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't like how everything is so. I mean, look at what the fuck we have to do to be relevant. I don't remember. I love this. I love you guys. I love doing this and hanging out. Yeah. But I hate that I have to do this.
That I very much understand that, and I don't like having to be the whole shop, and I really didn't move out here to do that. I moved out here to have like a really talented director and writer tell me what to do to an extent, and then kind of like flesh it out with my comedic mind, but now I'm trying to look at it more like the way Chaplin did it. Where
interesting.
He was the whole shop. He was writing, he was directing, he was starring, all the stunts were him, all the costumes were his ideas, all the,
Yeah.
and
I like that.
And I like having that control over it. And I feel like you get that sort of control just doing stand up by itself when you're in the actual club in the moment. But now it's like, whether I want to or not, I have to learn editing because timing is so important in your clips.
Yeah.
And I have to learn more about music and about how that can enhance. And it's like, I don't like it, but jobs change over time, and that's the way it is. That's not going to change. I don't give a shit about becoming a big influencer.
Yeah.
But I do give a shit about the product that I'm putting out.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm never going to do like big, long, like game playthroughs and shit like that. That's just not me. But when I'm doing my stand-up,
sounds fun.
When I'm doing like clips that I want to get people into the club, I want to put out the best clip that I can put out. Yeah. And the only way you're going to do that is to kind of embrace the technology right now.
It's unfortunate that both influencers and stand-ups have to be on the same platform, but you can use it for different things. You don't have to be an influencer, but you can use your stand-up to funnel tickets in so you can get butts and seats at the club.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. My role models have completely changed. I mean, I still have the same role models for stand-up.
Sure.
But my role model for how I go about the business of it is like Matt Rife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, that's crazy that marketing. Not dissing Matt Rife, but Matt Rife is not my style at all, comedy-wise. But the way he puts out clips, the way he runs his business, the way he, shows
the templates that he's setting.
I'm like, fuck, I gotta do Matt Rife. I gotta do what Matt Rife's doing.
Well, and in a way, that is great too, because it puts a fire under your ass to be like, I'll work really hard on like a 2-minute crowd work clip or something like that. That's basically just disposable comedy for a few minutes. Exactly, and then I'll see someone else do this fully produced, really nice looking, solid, polished bit. And I'm like, I got to get back in the club and work harder, and
it does make me want to be better. When I see somebody have a really good clip, especially when it's a guy that I don't know and he's like 4,000 followers, and he has this clip that just got 200,000 likes, and he's like, oh, this guy's gaining followers, he's gaining traction. I'm like, fuck, I need to do that. I need to,
like, how is he doing
he
it?
or she is doing. Fucking, for example, and going on the shows like Sacaiah, you did the other day, you did that YouTube show that you're getting a lot of traction from right now as we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing. That was never a part of stand-up. You never told Richard Pryor to be on Pop the Balloon. You know what I mean? Like, that's not... Yeah.
But I mean,
it's the game.
But he was on Ed Sullivan.
He was on Ed
that
Sullivan.
Was the game.
He was
it was like
the balloon. Yeah, he did some backyard interviews that were really good.
It's all basically like
Richard Pryor was a bad example. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Jerry Lee Lewis. The Follow That Killer sort of thing, where like he was on a show with Chuck Berry, and they were fighting over who got the final billing, and so finally they were like, Chuck Berry's the king of rock and roll. He's going to take the final spot, and so Jerry Lee Lewis is like, cool. So he goes on stage and lights the piano on fire while he's playing it and goes, follow that.
Yeah.
And it's like, unfortunately, that's the truth.
I've heard that story before from a few people, and I love that story.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's, anybody should be not really to fuck over the other guy, but just do a set that's real fucking hard to follow if you can help it,
Yeah. I mean, that's how I always feel. Any time I touch the stage at the store, I'm like, I have to rip. You know what I mean? I do the best possible performance I can, because I'm not one of those guys that's in the position where I can use it as a gym yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And even those guys shouldn't really be, unless you just have no choice.
Yeah.
Like, there are going to be nights where, like I said, you can't do your act.
Yeah.
But on the nights where you have an actual crowd, destroy.
Yeah.
If you can
all
help
in.
It,
do your max.
Yeah.
I hear stories all the time, because I listen to Joey Diaz's old podcasts and Rogan's old podcasts from when he was still at the store, and there's so much ball knowledge in those.
Yeah.
Of just Joey would have moments of where he felt like he was tired and didn't want to go do a set, and then somebody told him, or he had said to himself, I don't forget, he's like, okay, leave that 1 a.m. spot open and see how many people would die for that 1 a.m. spot. It's like, it's true. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I would literally kill to go up in front of 4 people in the OR at 1 a.m.
Absolutely.
100%.
You know what I mean? Just
and
anything.
extrapolate that even further. There are some people that will never set foot in the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
There are some people that will never set foot in the country. You know, there are people that, you know, are never going to get the chance to tell a joke because they're living under an oppressive regime or something like that. You know, it's like
up North Korea.
When you think of just the odds that you were born in this time where this is allowed and where you're allowed to do it and you're here, whatever spot you get, unless they're just really taking advantage of you somehow, just take it and be glad.
You know what I was going to say?
Destroy, you know?
Yeah. I was having this having this conversation with my girlfriend literally this morning. It was a brief, quick comedian is a weird job.
Oh yeah.
It is very weird because people go, they clock in, they sit at the desk, they do their work, they get paid X amount an hour, they leave. I clock in and I'm like, be funny, entertain, go get paid to be you. And if you weren't a good you that night, you suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird job, and I don't fully possess the completed thought on it, and I can't really express exactly what I'm trying to say about it. But you guys do it, so you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a fun thing about that?
Please.
Anytime you're anywhere, it's time to do that job.
Yeah.
It's unlike any other job. It's always time to do that job.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a bad time. If you're in line at the supermarket and someone behind you looks miserable, that's a time to like throw a joke their way.
Yeah.
The
clock in.
The cash register guy who's like having to deal with everyone's bullshit.
I do it all the time.
If
My
you can
girlfriend
say
hates it.
stuff to them, let her. You know, it's like, because every joke, especially with a stranger on the street, is kind of a gamble. Yeah. You're kind of hoping they don't get offended, hoping that they laugh about it, hoping that it brightens their day a little bit and doesn't make it worse, which can happen, you know, but like you're really betting on them to have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And what's great is when you start carrying that energy with you everywhere, people start betting on you. People will start making jokes with you, even though they've never met you before, because you have that vibe.
I get that all the time. Yeah. There's a sushi waitress, and my girlfriend hates it when I do this. There's a sushi waitress that me and her go to all the time, and I always flirt with her right there in front of my girlfriend.
Right.
And that's the joke.
Yeah, that's the funny.
You know what I mean? And the waitress loves it. And my girlfriend is laughing. She's like, you're making her uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And she's like, no, he's fine. Like, he's actually funny.
Right.
The flip side of that, I made amends with a door guy last night.
Okay.
Because there was this guy who was not a door guy. He's a door guy now. At the time, he was not a door guy. I was semi-new to the store. It was set of the night. Yes. What is his name? Cody? Luke Roberts.
Okay.
He's the newest, I think.
One of the newest, yeah.
One of the newest. Either the first or the second newest guy.
Yeah.
He's going up on set of the night. His name is pulled. He's in the green room of the belly, pacing, kind of like going over his thing. And I was like, I said not even funny now. I was like, getting ready for a special. And he went, ugh, and went right back to his thing. And I was like, bombed that. Meanwhile, this guy goes on to be a door guy, all this shit. I'm like, I am a piece of shit. I am the scum of the earth. and me and him talked last night, and he was like, oh, I don't even remember that. And I'm like, yeah. And that's how most people are. Most people, that shit that you're mad embarrassed about, they stuck with you forever. Most people forgot about it already.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
There's always stuff like that. And it's if you waste time getting anxiety about it, it's only hurting you. you know.
I think I'm finally shifting. And I was telling Joe about this last night. I'm very much shifting from being nervous around the Comedy Store to just go have fun.
Oh, I love it there.
Yeah.
It's like I'll go there if I'm having a bad day. You know what
Dude,
I mean?
I went up on set of the night. I didn't bomb, but I didn't do good.
But you were very comfortable.
So comfortable.
You were very comfortable.
And my friends did well.
The
and
observational shit was great. Where you were just like, I probably shouldn't have dapped up a black guy at the beginning. That was great.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing.
Like people were laughing, but
Yeah.
they weren't laughing at my material. So
they were laughing at you,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
But that's even better if you're having that. If you have that vibe, you know.
Yeah, somebody want to go get the pizza? We'll wrap up. Real quick.
It's like I don't like. I'll hang out at the other clubs for networking purposes and stuff.
Yeah,
but comics go to the Comedy Store to hang.
He's already
and
tipped,
actually
by the way, Travis.
Enjoy it, you know.
Yeah, it really was a milestone for me because when I would go to set of the night, I'd be like, it was like it's not going to be picked up in the mics anyways.
Yeah.
But or maybe it will. I don't know. We'd edit it out. It was a milestone for me because I did set of the night. I didn't care about the outcome, but still I did my best.
Yeah.
And I saw other people doing better and my friends making finals and not being like, fuck, I should have done that. I was like, I'm so happy for my friend right now.
Yeah.
And just being able to just enjoy life, enjoy the store for what it is. Like, I'm finally shifting to that. I go to potluck now. I'm relaxed, but in the moment. I'm not treating it like it's no big deal. I know it's a big deal.
Right.
But I'm just like, bro, I'm funnier when I have a good time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm funnier when I relax. I'm funnier when I loosen up my shoulders and just comedy is fun. You know?
Yeah,
it's fun to do comedy. It's fun to do jokes. Just go have fun and you will be funnier than the dude who might be a better writer, might be a better this, but is so tense and
none
nervous.
of that matters. And that it's a very old saying, but comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
Like if you just look at what you did that night.
Yeah. It took all the joy out of it
fucking
before.
Victory.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing is a victory.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, that guy has a Netflix thing or that guy's doing this thing or whatever, it's just going to fuck you up. It's better to just enjoy the wins that you're having, you know?
Well, we've talked about a lot. Mike, I mean this very sincerely. I love talking to you. I love you. I'd love to have you back. I love talking
to you guys. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, anytime.
Let's wrap up. You got anything?
What's one thing that you would like? Oh, actually, let's plug first.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. April 24th, Ice House, the Oil Rig live show. Come to that, please. Ticket sales are ass right now. Let's just call it what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. Help.
Literally. Help. I've got my show on the 17th at Fourth Wall, Drunks. Fucking help. That's in goddamn a couple days.
We're failing comedians right now.
Help. Ice House 2, yeah.
We're boxing with Netflix as a joke festival, so we're not doing good.
Shouldn't have even booked anything this month. Help me. Mike, you got anything?
Next month for sure, I'm hosting the Comedy Store alumni show.
Ooh.
So that should be
that's
fun.
a sick one.
What day is that?
I believe the 17th.
We'll put the date up.
I don't know.
We'll put the date up right
I
here.
don't know,
We'll put the
but
date up right here.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
It's a month from now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a month from now. Don't even put it up
yeah.
because we're gonna have others.
We'll have other stuff, but we'll talk about
but that's it. And you can see me at the Comedy Store all the time.
Absolutely.
I'm just there a lot.
Yeah, Mike is one of the late night guys. Literally any night of the OR, you can probably catch him for the most part.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of comedy fans, a lot of comedians, a lot of open micers watching. Do you have any last message or a remark?
Yeah, what's a little word of advice to open micers?
Learn to edit.
Learn to edit.
Play the social media game.
Comedy is timing and learn to edit.
Absolutely.
Cool.
All right. We appreciate you, Mike Black.
Thank you,
and
guys.
thank you for watching the Oil Rig. Peace.
Cool. Let's eat. Holy fuck.
That
is our little outro.
Yeah.
Don't leave all this awkward stuff in after.
I usually leave a tail, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Cut when that phone hits the ground.
Right. Yeah.